It's September 30th, and last night, if you watched the presidential debates, you got a preview of the next Grumpy Old Men movie starring Donald Trump and Joe Biden. This is an all-new Downright Sports. And it's Showtime!
Mike Man.
It's one and only DJ Chase. You're now locked in Downright Sports with Brent Reid. Make sure you subscribe on that YouTube, on that all podcast networks, man. The Notorious Sports Critic. Let's get into it. Cheer!
Welcome everybody back to an all-new Downright Sports. I am your host, the Notorious Sports Critic himself, Mr. Brent Reid. And it is September 30th, and it's an all-new show that is strictly the NBA Finals preview show. That's what we're going to talk about in the second segment. But as we do every show until I try time to change it, we do the extra. And today's extra, we kick it off with the football, the NFL. They are just unlike the NBA, unlike the NHL, but just like baseball and soccer, they got to postpone some games. The Steelers and Titans game coming up this week has been postponed. In fact, I think it's one of the games on our betting sheet. But we'll take a look at that. Due to Corona outbreak, you saw I had to think about that. COVID-19, if you will, that happened with the Tennessee and Minnesota Vikings. Both Minnesota and Tennessee had to shut down their facilities due to the outbreak. We're waiting to see further details when this game will be resumed. But first one to hit the NFL so far. We hoped it wouldn't happen, but it has happened. Moving on, Hall of Famer, one of the greatest players of all time, Mr. Scottie Pippen himself, Mr. The Robin to Jordan's Batman, Mr. Scottie, as Phil would say, has come out of his face and called the basketball player in the bubble pickup games. Scottie, you lost your mind. They're not pickup games. These guys have sacrificed everything. They weren't with their families. They weren't with their friends. They weren't with no one. They were just, playing, sacrificing it all, and they made it work. And these have been some of the most exciting games we have seen this postseason. So, Scottie, I think you should apologize for that. All right, we're going to move on to the next segment, the NBA Finals. Are you ready? Set, go. Ladies and gentlemen, your main event for the week, or two, or three, because the NBA Finals goes on forever. Your teams for the NBA Finals. In the red and black corner, out of Miami, the three-time world champions, led by Jimmy Butler himself. The Miami Heat, coached by Eric Spoelstra, a two-time Finals champion. He's been there for. And then, out of the yellow and gold corner, one of the most prestigious franchises in all of sports, the 16-time world champion. They've been there 32 times. Led by the king himself, LeBron James. Anthony Davis in his first appearance. The Los Angeles Lakers. For the thousands in attendance. For the millions watching at home. Well, for the three watching at home on this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to analyze and critique. What is the head coach doing? Anyway, the NBA Finals is today, if you will. And the two teams are the Miami Heat and the Los Angeles Lakers. These two teams will face each other for the first time ever in the finals. If you flash back just 2 decades ago, we were hoping to have that with Shaq and Kobe maybe facing each other, but it never happened. And then you just flash back 1 decade, we were hoping we would see that between LeBron and Kobe. Never happened. But now you're getting it. The storylines is LeBron once played in Miami, won 2 championships, played there 4 years, and left. The other storyline is you got Pat Riley, former Laker great coach, won 5 championships in LA, left, went to the Knicks, and then came to Miami, and then he built this organization. We're not going to touch on all that. What we're going to touch on is the fact that these 2 teams have found themselves here. One was the sexy pick, the Los Angeles Lakers. I picked them. The other, Miami Heat. I picked Boston. Didn't see this one coming. Why? Because Miami is doing it with a group of guys we've never heard of before. Whether it's Bam Adebayo, whether it's Taylor Hero, who's putting on a cape, Gordon Dragic we've heard of, and Jimmy Butler we've heard of. Who would have known Jimmy Butler would be the X factor for an NBA championship? Well, everyone. The Bulls, you should be kicking yourselves right now. The Timberwolves definitely should be kicking themselves right now. And Philadelphia, where are you today? So, how do you win the NBA championship today? Well, you don't have the fans. You don't have home court advantage. So you got to do it like you would do in an AAU or in a high school gym or a blacktop game. Hard work and dedication. The Miami Heat have beaten everybody with their role players. Because if you pay attention, Jimmy Butler hasn't averaged more than 20 points a game. He has been one of the best contributors on the team and a selfless player. Everybody in this postseason is doing a little something. Where Butler's average about 20, Bam's average about 18, Gordon's average about 16, Taylor Hero's average about 16. Now, if you look at LA, it's kind of the other way around. It's 2 guys, LeBron and AD, 2 of the top players of their generation, 2 of the top players in the league, are just dominating. Whether they're like, just give me the ball, we're going to go to work, and then the role players are stepping in. That's what it's going to take for the Lakers to win. They're going to have to out-scrap this Miami team. Now, this could easily go 1 or 2 ways. The Lakers could sweep them. LeBron could show up, throw in the cake, tell AD, get on my back and let's go. Or Miami could show up and just start hitting them in the mouth like a good old-fashioned boxing match where you think you're getting with a lesser guy, he just starts slugging you. So, you're looking at potentially at a 5 to 6 game series with LA getting the favor because your best player in the world, LeBron James, can give you 30 by himself. He can give you 40 if he wants. In fact, I think LeBron needs to channel that. Just go for 40, LeBron. You got nothing to lose. Just go for it. AD, same thing. If LeBron averages around 35 points a game, or if AD averages around 35 and the other guy averages around 30, the rest the team can do together. The Lakers defensively have to play better defense. They have adopted playing the zone defense, which is going to be hard for a guy like Taylor Hero, who likes to try to drive to the basket and score them easy layups. May not happen. And that zone is going to force the Miami Heat to shoot a lot, and that's what the Lakers are going to need to win this. The other X factor is going to have to be Dwight Howard, because they're going to have some, because Bam Adebayo is a rim blocker. But if say Dwight, who's been to the finals before, shows up and shows out, you could possibly see the Lakers hoisting their 17th championship and giving them the most of all time, which would be pretty cool. Anyway, I got the Lakers in 6. I think Miami's come too far just to get swept now. If the Lakers win in 4, I still win because I picked the Lakers. And I know it's not, oh my God, you picked the favorite team. It's one of them years you just go with chalk, okay, everybody? Speaking of chalk, when we come back, we're going to play some bets. And placing bets, that's the name of the segment. Downright Sports.
Yeah.
Welcome to Place Your Bets. Last week, we started this segment for the first time. And I actually liked it. I thought it was kind of fun. It was a little cute. My co-host, Shaf Reed, helped place bets against Nathan Harris. Hi, Nate. And the 2 of them actually finished in a tie, believe it or not. The process it takes for me to get Shaf to make bets, not an easy one, but it tends to work. This week, Shaf has made some picks. Nathan's, hopefully, we will have in post, because we're waiting for him to send me the picks. If not, next week we will reveal them. But here are the games that we went ahead. The New York Giants are traveling west and take on the Los Angeles Rams. The Los Angeles Chargers are traveling east to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Cleveland Browns are taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And two teams that need a win, Denver Broncos are traveling east to take on the New York Jets. Well, Shav's picks are the Rams over the Giants, Tampa over the Chargers, Dallas over Cleveland, and believe it or not, he's going to take the Jets. So if you did place bets with Shaft last week, you won you went 50-50. Not too bad. Hey, thank you all for watching. It's been a blast. The music that you hear today is off the new album by DJ Chase. Here today is off the new album Rich in Spirit by the one and only DJ Chase. So go ahead to anywhere you can download music and download that today. We appreciate you watching. It's been fun. We'll see you guys next week. Hopefully we will have, I don't know what next week's show will be, but there's something that's going to pop up to give me something to talk about. I hope so. Anyway, thanks a lot. It's been fun. Be safe. Wear your mask. Oh, you want to say bye, buddy? Shaft saying bye, everybody. Shaft saying deuces. Deuces.
It like a sample. I'm from where they cop it and chop it and then they scramble. Some niggas don't even hustle, they just gamble. Only time the block quiet is when they lighting the candle.